wrestling fanatics and friends. You're listening to the True Wrestling Podcast, episode 106. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm going to do a quick preview of the Pennsylvania Independent School Prep State title or tournament. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Adidas Wrestling. You can check them out at adidaswrestling.com, on Twitter at Adidas Wrestling, and if you use promo code TRUE20, you'll get 20% off your web order at Adidas. TRUE20. Follow me on Twitter. Also, if you're a parent or a wrestler approaching the decision-making process as far as recruiting and picking a college, check out my article on recruiting truths on my Rockfin page. A lot of positive thoughts there and things that might help you go through a little checklist. Getting back to the tournament, Prep States has a ton of talent, returning national prep champs, blue chip recruits, cadet world team members, and medalists. If you can make it there, you're going to guarantee to see some good matches. If you can't, I hope to at least stream the finals on my Rockfin page. A couple of details about this year's tournament: February 18th and 19th at Mercersberg Academy. If you are a fan, you need to present either proof of vaccination, a negative PCR test, not more than 72 hours before arrival, or a proof of a previous COVID infection within the last 90 days. Friday night, there will be round of 16 at 4:30, quarterfinals at 5, consolations at 6. Saturday morning, they'll start wrestling semifinals 9 a.m., consolation semifinals 10:30, consolation finals 7th, 5th, 3rd place matches all be wrestled together, and then the championships will be at 2 p.m. Jumping into the weight classes, I know the brackets aren't set, so I'm going to guess about who's going to be where and give you little details. So starting off at 106, I'm guessing Malvern's Anthony Mutarelli will come in as the 1 seed. He has had some good wins this season. He's a freshman. He's a PJW state champion at least a few times. And he has a couple wins over guys in the tournament. Davis Matoika, I think, from SEM, probably be the two seed. Coming in 6-4, not a great record, but he's also wrestled some tough guys. He lost to Mutarelli. I don't know what the score is, but Mutarelli beat him. Probably coming in at 3rd, we'll have Calvin Weirden and Zach Maua. Both of those guys, I think, are clearly below the 1 and 2 seed. So at this point, I got to go with Malvern's Mutarelli. Going up to 113, looks like Tommy Link coming in. He's a returning Prep State champ. Tommy had a pretty strong season last year. This year, he's 30-6. He's a junior. Seminary will probably bring in Cooper Hilton. He's 11-4. He took 3rd place at the Ironman and 6th place at Powerade. I don't think that they've actually faced each other. Link is 30-6. Haverford is bringing in Ryan Koshler, I think. And then Germantown Academy will have Robert Leeds, most likely. So all that being said, I'm going to take Tommy Link. Not only does he get ridiculous haircuts when he's close to weight, but he won last year. He's got more experience than the competitors. Hilton's a 9th grader. Koshler is he's a sophomore, I believe. Leeds is a 9th grader. So I think Leeds might grow into being something good, but I think right now Link has got to be the choice. Going up to 120, we have returning prep national champ Jack Consiglio coming in. He was 34-8 for Malvern. He's a sophomore. Last year he kind of had a little bit of coming out party. Powerade, Ironman. Coming in, I think would probably be the 2 seed will be Suleiman Ba from Kiski, 14-7. SEM will bring in a 10th grader, Luke Lillendahl, 13-1. Luke took second place at the Ironman this season, Powerade champ this season, cadet world medalist. So this is going to be interesting. If he comes in as a 2 or 3, he'll fight through whoever he's got, and then um, most likely see Consiglio in the finals. This will be a tough match. Um, Being a cadet, um, you know, medalist or silver medalist, Lillendahl you'd think would come in as a 1 seed, even though Consiglio was a returning prep champion. But you know, the preps have an interesting way of seeding. If you don't have enough matches versus people in their league, it counts against you. So this will be one of those matches just to see where both guys are. Lillendahl, sophomore, Consiglio, sophomore, both really good wrestlers. Should be kind of electric. Um, I think Lillendahl might be a little bit better on his feet. Consiglio can scramble with some of the best in the state. Uh, I like Jack Consiglio, but this is a tall order, and Lillendahl is a really good wrestler. So I gotta, I'm not making a choice. I'm just telling you those are the things I see in this match. Moving up to 126, this should be an interesting weight class. Nick O'Neill comes in from Malvern. He's a sophomore, 36-6. He was fourth at preps last year. He's had a good season. Matt Hart, Western Reserve, sophomore, 22-3. He took sixth at national preps last year. Hunter Sloan comes in, junior, 18-9 for the Hill School. Took third at Battle of GA, fourth at national preps. Fourth, Jay McDonald, Haverford School. He's a junior, 8-2. No significant results. But then, skipping down a little bit, probably to the 6th seed, is Vince Buzakis from Wyoming Seminary. Freshman, 7-2. The only person it looks like that he has wrestled in at this weight class is he lost to Nick O'Neill from Malvern. So you got to guess that Sem wants to keep him on the bottom side of the bracket. And the difference between him being the 6th seed and the 5th seed is if he sees O'Neill as a 5 seed, if he takes out the 4 seed. So to me, Sem wants to get him to the 6th seed, so he has a chance to get to the finals versus O'Neill. Buzakis, we know what his brother is all about. He looks to be on that same trajectory, except he's just a freshman. So this should be an interesting weight class. Look for seeing the seeding fall out, and look for Sem to try to have Buzakis on the bottom side. Sem to have Buzakis on the bottom side of the bracket, so he can get a chance to possibly get to the finals. My guess is that O'Neill will take the bracket, though. Step 132 looks like we'll have the number 1 wrestler in the country at 132. Wyoming Seminary's Nick Buzakis. He comes in at 6-0. A lot of the Sem guys have small records. I'm pretty sure they were all sent home and missed a lot of wrestling doing COVID protocols. Buzakis, highly recruited, prep, looks to be kind of storming through the top half of the bracket. Mao, and he is a senior. Spencer Barnhart, he took, I think it was 4th last year at preps. And of course that page is down right now. Spencer comes in at 36-7. He has wins over Grayson Catallo Seidler from William Penn Charter. Western Reserve Academy brings in TJ Langley, 28-4. He took 8th place last year. And let's see, Alex Forrester, Mercersberg, 23-7. He's a junior, and he was a prep qualifier at 106 pounds. You'd be crazy to pick against Buzakis. Barnhart's a good wrestler. I would expect to see both these guys in the finals, and you got to figure that Buzakis is the guy to beat here. Moving up to 138, looks like we'll have maybe a Western Reserve Academy guy, Sam Cartella, come in as the 1 seed. He's 20-3. He's a junior. He's ranked in the country number 7 by Flow. Took 6th at Prep or Ironmans, and then he was 3rd at Prep Nationals in 2020. So coming in right next to him, I'm not sure how they're going to seed this. Kelvin Griffin from the Hill School, 25-6. Yeah, 1st at Baga, 2nd at Escape the Rock, 6th at Beast of the East, 3-time Prep All-American, NHSCA Junior Champ, Super 32 placer. He also has wins over a couple other guys in the field. So going down, you got Kai Owen from Wyoming Seminary. He's coming at 12-4. He was 3rd at Preps last year, 5th at Powerade this season. Maybe the 4th seed, SP O'Donnell from Malvern Prep Junior, 24-12. He lost to Kelvin Griffin. So I imagine that's the only direct matchup with those guys. Hugh Malley, William Penn Charter, 18-5. I don't see any accolades there. So when you go through this, you got to figure it's going to be, a toss-up here on the bottom side with Kelvin Griffith probably takes out Kai Owen and faces Sam Cartella. Now that's going to be a bit of a battle. That's going to be pretty good. I'm going to end up going with the Western Reserve guy, Cartella. I think he's got a little bit better neutral attacks. Bumping up to 145, we have a cadet world champion last year, Meyer Shapiro. He went to SEM this fall. He's 11-0. I don't have a ton of information. I think he won Powerade this year. When you come in undefeated as a cadet gold medalist, Powerade champ, most likely you can get the 1 seed. Hayden Shirk, Mercersberg Academy, he's coming in at 31-7. He's a sophomore. If I didn't say it, Shapiro's a junior this year. Shirk, sophomore. He was 2-2 at the Beast. And doesn't have a ton of other stuff. He's coming in from a public school, I believe, last year. He was third in the PIA District 3 section, 5th at the 21 PIA District event. So 3rd seed probably Reed Fulmer, 29-8 from Malvern. He's a junior. Doesn't have a ton of high-end wins, but he's a solid wrestler. And then maybe Flynn Kearney from Episcopal, 29-7. Same thing. Probably mostly wrestling in the league. Trent Leighton from Academy of the New Church, junior, 20-3. I think he took 7th at Preps in 2020. So looking at this, you could think that Mercersberg and Malvern, Fulmer and Shirk are going to be battling it out on the bottom side of the bracket to get to the finals to face Shapiro. And I got to figure that Shapiro is going to bonus his way through things, really slick on his feet, and has some really nifty finishes. So if you like watching great neutral wrestling, watch this guy. Bumping up to 152. Right now it looks like Joe Seeley, Wyoming Seminary, is coming in at 14-0. He's a sophomore. He was the Beast of the East champion this year and the Powerade champion this year. Again, the low matches are really because they didn't compete a lot because of their COVID protocol at the school. Coming in at 2, I'm guessing it is going to be a toss-up between Andrew Lyon, Haverford School, sophomore, 24-5, and Nathan Rickards, Malvern Prep, sophomore, 26-10. I don't think those two guys faced each other. So 4th seed, maybe Aaron Bolshuk, Academy of the New Church, freshman. He's got a couple wins over guys in the league, but none of the top three guys. So I would imagine Rickards and Lyon are going to battle it out on the bottom side of the bracket to face Seeley. Seeley, if you haven't seen him wrestle, I think Flo covered Powerade. Go watch the finals. Looked pretty tough. Bumping up to the next weight class, 160 pounds. Guessing that it's going to be, this is kind of a weird weight. None of these guys are super standouts. Colby Isabel from the Hill School is 20-5. Took 5th at National Preps last year. He was a sophomore runner-up at NHSCA. Wyoming Seminary probably brings in Dom Federici, sophomore, 11-7. He's only beat Isabel, and that was kind of his standout win. Maybe 3rd seed, Owen Quinn, Malvern Prep, senior, 24-10. He lost to who would be the 1 seed, possibly Colby Isabelli, I don't know. Tyler Mangan, William Penn Charter. He's 3rd at the Prep States 2 years ago. So it looks like to me, this is going to be a little bit of a toss-up based on where the seeding falls out. And if the Hill School guy, Isabella, gets the 1 seed, does that give him better, chances against Tyler Manigan from William Penn Charter? And if not, does Federici from SEM get that? It's going to be, I guess, a toss-up to me. I don't know any of these guys very well. I've seen Quinn wrestle a little bit, but he's already lost to the Hill School, so I'm going to end up taking the SEM wrestler. Moving up again, 170 pounds. Another one of those weight classes where there's no real clear-cut guy, I guess, to me. R.J. Morgan, Springside Chestnut Hill Academy, senior, comes in at 31-3. He was a Prep National Prep Nationals All-American. He was I think he's ranked like top 10 on Willie's guys at 170, or the closest weight class. His only loss is to Jack Waymeyer, Malvern Prep, wrestling upperweight. It's my understanding. Only bad loss, at least. Carter Sherbert comes in from Wyoming Seminary, junior, 13-6. Took 8th place at Ironman, 4th place Beast of the East. He was 4th in the New York State Public School Tournament the previous 2 years. Number 3, I'm guessing, is going to be Isaiah Wright, Malvern Prep, senior, tailback for the football team. He's 18-4. He came in a little late, didn't get as many matches as the guys because he plays football late in the season. Isaiah, you got to just see what his weight cut is like to see how much energy he's got. He's got some medical stuff going on there. Possible 4th seed Jack Bowen, William Penn Charter, sophomore, 15-5. Neither of those guys have seen each other, so I'm not sure how they're going to separate them. 5th seed Zach Zindel, maybe Hill School, 9th grader, 22-6. So I'm guessing it depends a little bit on the seeding here. If Morgan gets the 1 seed, Schubert from SEM and Isaiah Wright from Malvern will battle it out to see who gets in the finals, because I think that RJ Moore will take out whoever is in that 4 or 5 seed, whether it's Bowen or Zindel. And I think he's just a more complete wrestler than everybody else in the bracket, so you got to look for RJ Moore to bring home a title for the Springside Chestnut Hill Academy. Bumped up to 182. Interesting weight class here. Wyoming Seminary brings in Jude Carrera. He has beaten Jack Waymeyer. Waymeyer, Columbia commit, had a really strong season last year. Waymeyer is a returning prep champ at 182, but Carrera has that win over him. I don't know much about him. He's 18-4. He must be a good wrestler. Waymeyer could be a little hit and miss with his weight, so we'll see if that you know if that was their best match earlier. Coming in 3, George Glom, William Penn Charter Jr., 14-2. Took 6th and 7th at PA Prep States previously. Doesn't have a win over either of the guys above him. Max Rosenberger, Haverford School senior, 15-9. Doesn't look like he's placed at Prep States in the past, and does not have a win over the William Penn guy. So maybe Charles Mayer, Episcopal Academy, senior, 21-9. He's been beaten by William Penn Charter Globe. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. So to me, it looks like Waymeyer going to Columbia. Carrera is a freshman. You got to look for both of these guys to face each other in the finals, and if if Carrera could repeat that win over Waymeyer, that would be pretty interesting to have a freshman knock off a returning prep champ who's a senior. Moving up again, getting to the bigger guys here. 195. I'm guessing right now it looks like Malvern Prep's Andrew Connolly will come in at the 1 seed. He's 28-7. He has beaten the Sem wrestler, who's only 5-4, Wolfgang Frabel. Levi Miller, Western Reserve Academy, 19-3. He has a win. Somebody who was a state place winner. I think that's in Ohio, though. I'm not sure, and we don't have the name. So I'm guessing Connolly's a 1, Miller's a 2, Frabel maybe 3 or 4. James Glom from William Penn Charter Jr., 19-2. Hasn't beaten any of the guys above him. And then there's Dean Desev, Germantown Friends School, sophomore, 20-5. Depending on how things break here, I don't think anybody has beaten Connolly. Connolly's going to Penn next year. To me, it's kind of a looking at, can Frabel get past Western Reserve's Academy's Levi Miller and get into the finals? He was in the Frabel was in the blood round of the Beast of the East. He's lost to Connolly. Miller didn't wrestle Connolly. I'm going with Connolly to win in the finals, and either Miller or Frabel gets in there to wrestle against him. Again, moving up here, we got 220. We got a post grad from Malvern, most likely as the 1 seed, Kaden Rogers, coming in as a undefeated. He was only had 4 matches. I think he went to I don't know if he went to the F&M Open. I don't even know if they count that. He is coming in, and he had a really good season last year. He was a prep champ, national prep champ, not just the state champ, and has been part of that Malvern team that is top 5 rankings. So he comes in, he's beaten everybody that I think is in the bracket. Actually, no, maybe so. He's beaten Seminaries, Jack Dara, who's 16-3 as a senior, but he has not faced Mac Levin, Springside Chestnut Hill Academy, who is 18-6 and a 12th grader. So Levin was the 21 National Prep All-American. He's currently ranked number 10 at 220 pounds in the national preps. So my guess is it's down to Mac Levin and Jack Dara to get into the finals. Maybe the 4 seed will be Vern Holiday, Episcopal Academy, 20-9. He's a junior. Or Eric Ioretta from Westtown, 17-9. He's a senior, but Kaden Rogers is, he's turned a corner. I'm not sure if you've watched him wrestle, but last year between last year and this season, he took a turn for the better as far as just being a physical beast and looking like he's going to be ready to wrestle, maybe right away for the Mountain Hawks next year. moving up to the big guys. Um, Heavyweight, no surprise here, coming in at number one. Everybody's pick for probably, if you were going to pick a champ and lay odds, I would probably pick Feldman over Buzakis. I think Feldman just has a better run right now. So Feldman comes in 30-0, returning prep champ, undefeated. He's been at who's number one. He's beaten virtually everybody. He was in a what I think it was a Clarion Open where he had a couple of really nice wins over red shirt college guys, and I think he tweaked his shoulder, bowed out of that, didn't finish it. Feldman going to Ohio State next year. The 2 seed, I'm assuming, is going to be Billy Barasco, Haverford School, junior, 26-0. He was fifth at national preps twice. I think he took third at Pennsylvania State's last year. Coming in maybe third seed would be Luke Hendricks, Mercersberg Academy, sophomore, 25-8. He was 2-2 at the 2021 national event. Took eighth at the Beast this year. And then maybe Luke Cawley, Hill School, senior, 15-6. He's second at the Howdy Duncan. Not a lot of high-end stuff. Second at Baga. First at SCH Invitational. I don't think there's any way that anybody's going to get in Feldman's way. So I would think he'll take out the 4 seed if it's Cawley. And then it's really down to Barasco and Hendricks. I'm going to go with the Haverford School wrestler. Looks to have better credentials right now. And I'm going to take Feldman with bonus points.